Hi, it's Ruth Ann. If you're retired, almost retired, or just thinking about it, and you've quietly realized that just travel more is not a 30-year plan, this little lesson is for you. Maybe on paper everything looks fine, but inside you're wondering, okay, if I'm not my job anymore and travel can't be the whole answer, what is the rest of my life actually about? Let's talk about that. Two of my friends, both lawyers, are asking that same question. They don't know each other. They're almost 20 years apart in age, but they've landed in the same place. The younger one is right on the edge of retirement. She and her friends have done all the right things. Careers, savings, plans, maybe some trips booked. Travel is definitely on the list. But in our quieter conversations, she says, travel only takes up so much time. It's fun, but it's not a strategy for the next 30 years. I don't want my future to be just trips and then nothing. My other lawyer friend has been away from full-time work for a long time. The word retired doesn't even feel right anymore. This is just her life now. Her days are fine. But underneath, she still wonders, what am I actually doing with this time now that my career isn't filling my days? And then I have another friend, not a lawyer, who loved to look at those travel brochures, now says, Ruth Ann, I don't even like reading anymore. I'd rather just listen to something. I like to listen to how you talk about this topic so I can see my future in a better light. Different women, different stories, but the same quiet ache. If this isn't about work anymore and it can't just be about travel, what is my life actually about now? If you feel any of that in your own bones, you're not alone. You're just standing in a space we were never really taught how to navigate. I spent my career as a corporate contract negotiator in the energy sector. I only had a grade 8 education, so I learned very quickly that my power wasn't in the letters after my name. It was in my ears. I learned how to really listen, absorb what people were saying and not saying, and feed it back as something clearer, calmer, and workable for everyone at the table. My job was to turn complicated, high-stakes conversations into agreements real people could live with. And I've come to see that life after work is a new kind of negotiation. Not with a company this time, but with yourself. Here's a simple way to start thinking differently about this stage. First, stop trying to recreate work without the paycheck. A lot of us go looking for the same things we had at work. A packed schedule, constant productivity, a clear job title. When those are gone, we think something's wrong with us. But this stage isn't meant to be unpaid work. It's okay if your days feel quieter. The question isn't, how do I stay busy? The question is, what matters enough to me now that I'm willing to spend my energy on? That's a very different starting point. Second, think in Tuesdays, not in decades. 30 years is huge. It's overwhelming. No wonder our brains freeze. So, shrink the question. Instead of asking, what will I do with the rest of my life? You try, what do I want an ordinary Tuesday to feel like? Not a cruise Tuesday, not a Christmas Tuesday, just a normal everyday Tuesday in your real life. Do you want quiet? More people around you? More learning? More creating? More helping? When you design a meaningful Tuesday, you can repeat and tweak it over time. A good life is built out of ordinary days, not just grand events. Third, let yourself experiment without needing a big purpose. We put so much pressure on this stage. Find your purpose. Leave a legacy. Make your golden years count. No wonder it feels heavy. Here's a gentler approach. Treat this stage like a series of experiments. You try something small, volunteering a few hours, taking one class, starting a tiny project, calling one person every week. Then you ask, did this give me energy or drain me? Did it feel like me? Do I want more, less, or different? You don't have to marry any of it. You're just dating possibilities. That's where life starts to feel interesting again. These are exactly the kinds of conversations I've been having with my friends, and honestly with myself. And that's why I wrote my book, Retired, Not Expired. It's not about money or investments. There are plenty of experts for that. It's about naming the feelings that show up when your old role falls away, rethinking what purpose and meaning can look like now, and gently designing a third act built around curiosity, connection, and joy, not just staying busy. If you like to read, there's an ebook. If you're more like my I'd rather just listen friend, there's also an audio version, so you can simply press play and let me keep you company while you go about your day. If you're in that place where work is behind you or winding down, travel is lovely, but not the whole answer, and you're quietly thinking, okay, what now? You'll find Retired Not Expired linked below this video, in the description and the pinned comment. You're not behind, you're not boring, and you are definitely not done. You don't need a 30-year vacation plan. You need a life that fits who you are now, one ordinary Tuesday at a time.